Heyo! So today I've decided to do another sound designing video, but for this video I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Let me explain. So what I usually do for sound designing videos is that I choose a specific object like a microwave or the iPhone alarm sound, and then I get a wide range of sounds from that object and create a beat out of them. And those are actual videos that I have done, so I will link them up in the card somewhere. I don't know. But today, what I've decided to do is that I'm going to create a beat out of a wide range of sounds suggested by you guys. So what I did to do this is that I posted an Instagram poll asking what you guys want me to create a beat out of, and I picked my favorite answers. So today we're going to see what sounds I can come up with, and at the end of this video I'm going to create a beat out of all the sounds, so wait till the end for that song. So without a further ado, let's see what sounds I can come up with. Okay, so first up, we've got a light switch, which is pretty simple to do, so I'll go ahead and record that. Next up, we've got Coca-Cola bottles, and I was playing around with this earlier, seeing what sounds I could come up with, so I think I'll just hit it on random surfaces and see what happens. I think also what I'll do is I'll fill this up with water so I can do that what's it called? There's a term I'm thinking of. You know that instrument where you use the bottle, you blow, yes, that sound. I'll do that. So, when I was asking this question, I gave a few examples as to what I meant by object when I asked, what object should I create a beat out of? And those examples were a toaster or animal sounds. And surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, should I say, there were a lot of answers for, well, toaster. Next up, we've got fridge. And I think what I'll do for the refrigerator is I'll record that whirring sound. You know that whirring sound that occurs with fridges every now and then to keep the fridge cool or something. I'm not really sure if that's correct, but you know that sound? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So I'll go ahead and record that. Next up, we've got, okay, this might be a bit dumb, but a car. And that's not really a dumb answer, I do a lot of dumb things on this channel. I created a beat out of a microwave and I wrote a song about bread, so compared to my channel, this answer isn't dumb at all. I think what I'll do is that I will just grab a video from online of the bleep blip sound, the blip blip sound that remotes make when you are locking the car. Frankly, the cars that my parents have don't actually make that sound, so I'll just grab it from online and yeah. And so yeah, now I've recorded all the sounds I need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to GarageBand and just, shape it into something that I can use for a beat, which I will create at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see here, I've done a little bit of sound designing. I've also started working on the beat a little bit. So I'm going to start from the top and work my way down to show you what I've really done here. Starting with a marimba kind of sound made by me tapping the Coca-Cola bottle on different surfaces. I've done a bit of EQing on the mids, really highlighting that resonant tone. So I'll give you the soloed track. So it's a really percussive tone you get from that. Next, we've got the Coca-Cola kind of jug instrument, and that was me just blowing the kind of Coca-Cola bottle. And I've done a bit of EQing here, and I've created a lead for the song right here. Next, we've got turning the light switch on and off, and these are actually raw tracks. I haven't done any editing here or EQing or any pitch shifting. These are just raw tracks. So I've actually played them simultaneously. That's a hard word to say. Simultaneously. I played them I just played them together, okay? I've just played them together, and I've done some panning, so to give it more depth, I've added some reverb to give it some space, and so I will give you the solo track of these two. Next, we've got pressing the toaster down, and I've actually pitch shifted that a bunch, and I've turned it into a hi-hat. I will give you a little listen right here. Next, we've got the toast pop, so when the toast pops on a toaster, and I haven't done any EQing again, and what I'm just doing is I'm just playing a bunch of notes, and so it has a bit of a snare kind of sound. Not really a snare, it's more like a just any kind of percussion, really. Next, I've got the sounds from the fridge, and the sounds from the fridge were actually really quiet, so I've done a lot of EQing. Yeah, I did go a bit overboard with the EQing, which is something you're not really supposed to do when you're mixing, but it was all really trying to take out the unnecessary background noise because the noise from the fridge was pretty quiet. One thing to note, I've actually turned the fridge into an arpeggiator with this icon here in GarageBand. I'll give you a little listen right now. Next, we've got the twisting the knob on the toaster when you're adjusting how long the toaster cooks for. So I've actually isolated one click because when you're twisting the knob, it makes some clicking sounds. And I've isolated one click and I've done some EQing here, really highlighting the bass to make a bass drum. So it doesn't really sound like the best bass drum. With my other projects, I've done better bass drum sounds, but really, I couldn't really find a bass drum sound in all of the sounds that I've created. So I really try to work with what I had. So last but not least, I've got a car remote, and I've isolated the track to one note, and then I've created it into a sort of synth kind of sound, like an electric piano sound. It's like a xylophone, if you will. To be honest, I could have actually used the car horn or closing the car door on one of the cars I actually have, but I don't really know. I kind of forgot about that when I was recording the sounds. So maybe I'll do a separate video with all the car sounds. So yeah, stay tuned for that if I ever get round to doing that. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. I will now play the beat after I just say a few more things. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. That is something that I have not said at all, really, in this channel, so please subscribe. We are actually pretty close to 50 subscribers, and I'm gonna do something pretty cool for that 50 subscriber milestone. So go ahead, subscribe if you want to, or if you don't, just don't. I've actually got one more answer that I didn't include in this video, and that was the crosswalk sound from the buttons. And the reason I didn't include this answer in this video is because I actually wanted to make the video of that sound a long time ago. I wanted to use that sound to create a beat way before I even started the sound designing series. So I'm gonna use that in a separate video, and I'm probably just gonna do what I usually do for my sound designing videos, and I'm just gonna use all the different sounds I can get from that crosswalk thing and create a beat out of it in a separate video. The only problem being that I've never really recorded out in public with like all the equipment and everything, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, without a further ado, here's a song.